Alright, so in this problem, I have x is equal to x over 9. So, to solve this, I'm going to first start by subtracting x over 9 on both sides. So now these two cancel out, and now I have x minus x over 9 is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by 9. So now I have x minus x over 9 times 9 is equal to 0 times 9. Well, everyone knows that 0 times any number is simply equal to itself. So 0 times 9, that's simply equal to 0. And now the reason I multiplied 9 on both sides is to get rid of this denominator. This 9 is a denominator. So now when I multiply 9 with x minus x over 9, the 9 distributes. 9 times x is 9x, and 9 times negative x over 9, these two 9s simply cancel out, so I'll simply just be left with negative x. Now I have 9x minus x is equal to 0. 9x minus x is 8x, so I have 8x is equal to 0. And this is simple. All I have to do is divide both sides by 8. These two cancel out. And now I have x is equal to 0 divided by 8, which is 0. Now I also have a second method to solving this problem. And this is actually an easier method. So my initial problem was x is equal to x over 9. And this time, instead of subtracting x over 9 on both sides, I can simply just start by multiplying 9 on both sides. So then these two automatically cancel out, and 9 times x is 9x. So I have 9x is equal to x. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract x on both sides. And I have 9x minus x, which is 8x, is equal to 0. Now if I divide both sides by 8, I have x is equal to 0 divided by 8, which is 0. So that is a second method of solving this problem. Alright, so in this problem, I have 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 over 9 to the power of x is equal to 81. So the first thing is I'm going to rewrite 9 here as 3 to the power of 2. So now I have 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 over 3 to the power of 2 to the power of x is equal to 81. I'm going to rewrite as 3 to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 3 to the power of 2 to the power of x, that's going to equal 3 to the power of 2 times x, which is 3 to the power of 2x. And this is equal to 3 to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m minus n. So 3 to the power of x over 3 to the power of 2x, that's going to equal 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 minus 2x, which is equal to 3 to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. So in this case, x to the power of 3 minus 2x is equal to 4. So now to solve this, I'm going to first start by subtracting 4 on both sides. These two cancel out, and I have x to the power of 3 minus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to first go ahead and start by checking the solution. So let's first start with x equals 1, because I need to find at least one valid solution to this before I can find all the other solutions. So I'm going to first start with x equals 1. If I plug in 1, I get 1 to the power of 3 minus 2 times 1, which is minus 2. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5, so that wouldn't work. X equals 2. I get 2 to the power of 3, which is 8. 8 minus 2 times 2 is 4, so I have 4 minus 4, which is 0. So x minus 2 is a valid solution. So now that I know that x equals 2 is a solution, this means that x minus 2 is going to be a factor of this. So now I have x minus 2 times something is equal to 0. And this means that if I divide this by x minus 2, I should get what the value of this. So I have x to the power of 3 minus 2x minus 4 divided by x minus 2. And you can either solve this in two ways. You can use long division or synthetic the synthetic division method, and your result should be that these two, you should get x squared plus 2x plus 2. So now I have x minus 2 times x squared plus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. So now this gives me two equations. I have x minus 2 is equal to 0, and I have x squared plus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. So for x minus 2 equals 0, x is obviously equal to 2. And for x squared plus 2x plus 2 equals 0, you're going to want to use the quadratic formula to solve this, and you should get that x is equal to negative 2 plus or minus 2i over 2. So these are my three solutions to this problem. Alright, so in this problem, I have 1 to the power of x squared over 8 to the power of x is equal to 61. So the first thing I'm going to do is, it's pretty obvious that 1 to the power of any number is simply 1, meaning whatever the value of x is, 1 to the power of x squared is going to equal 1. So I can just write this as 1 over 8 to the power of x is equal to 61, because 1 to the power of x squared, that's the same thing as 1. So now I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by 8 to the power of x. So then these two cancel out, and I have 1 is equal to 61 times 8 to the power of x. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 61. These two cancel out, and now I'm going to have 1 over 61 is equal to 8 to the power of x. Now if I take the log on both sides, I have log 1 over 61 is equal to log 8 to the power of x. And 8 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So now I have log 1 over 61 is equal to log 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of, log a to the power of b, I can simply move this exponent b to the front. So this can equal b times log a. And 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x, that's, if I have something from a to the power of m to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 3x. And now I can go ahead and move this 3x to the front. So now I have log 1 over 61 is equal to 3x times log 2. So now to solve this, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3 times log 2. So now I'm going to be left with log 1 over 61 over 3 times log 2 is equal to x, because x is the only thing that's remaining here. Now, log 1 over 61, this is the same thing as log 1 minus log 61. Now I have this over 3 times log 2, which is equal to x. And now log 1, this is equal to 0. Log 61, this is equal to 1.7853. And 3 times log 2, this is equal to 0.9031. So now I have 0 minus 1.7853 over 0.9031. And this is equal to negative 1.9769. So x is equal to negative 1.9769. Alright, so in this problem, I have 9 to the power of 900 minus 9 to the power of 901. So, for my solution, I'm going to first start by rewriting my original problem here. So I rewrite 9 to the power of 900 minus 9 to the power of 901. And now this is the same thing as, can rewrite 901 as 900 plus 1. So this is the same thing as 9 to the power of 900 minus 9 to the power of 900 plus 1. Now, there is an important exponential property that you guys should know. So if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, we have 9 to the power of 900 plus 1, and using this property, we can rewrite it as 9 to the power of 900 times 9 to the power of 9 to the power of 1. Now from here, notice how we have two terms here. Our first term is 9 to the power of 900, and our second term is 9 to the power of 900 times 9 to the power of 1. So because both of our terms have 9 to the power of 900 in them, we can factor that out. So we can factor our 9 to the power of 900, and we get 9 to the power of 900 times, 9 to the power of 900 divided by 9 to the power of 900 is 1, minus 9 to the power of 900 times 9 to the power of 1 divided by 9 to the power of 900 is simply just 9 to the power of 1. So I get 9 to the power of 900 times 1 minus 9 to the power of 1. And 9 to the power of 1 is the same thing as 9, so I get 9 to the power of 900 times 1 minus 9. Now from here, I'm going to simplify what's in my parentheses here. 1 minus 9 is negative 8, so I have 9 to the power of 900 times negative 8. And I can rewrite negative 8 as 8 times negative 1. And now I'm going to multiply negative 1 with 9 to the power of 900. So I get negative 9 to the power of 900 times 8. Now from here, I can rewrite my 9 here as 3 squared. So I get 3 squared to the power of 900 times 8. And now 8, I can rewrite as 2 to the power of 3. So I have negative 3 squared to the power of 900 times 2 to the power of 3. And now remember, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So this can equal negative 3 to the power of 2 times 900. And now I have this times 2 to the power of 3. And if you guys already didn't know, 2 times 900 is 1800. So I have negative 3 to the power of 1800 times 2 to the power of 3. So this is our answer in its most simplified form. We can't, if you want, you can try putting in 3 to the power of 1800, but that number is way too big for any calculator to actually be able to output. So this is the simplest form that we can put our answer in. So that is our answer to 9 to the power of 900 minus 9 to the power of 901, and see how much big of a difference it is.